Have you ever pondered the longest chapter in the Bible, Psalms 119, and its profound teachings? In a remarkable feat of poetic craftsmanship, Psalms 119 stands out, not just for its length, but for its unique structure and deeply resonating themes. This psalm is a literary marvel, meticulously composed. It's divided into 22 sections, each corresponding to a letter of the Hebrew alphabet. But it's not just about the structure. This arrangement signifies a completeness, a wholeness that is found in the wisdom it imparts. The psalmist takes us on a journey through the entire spectrum of human experiences, emotions, and responses. But there's one theme that remains ever pervasive: the power and importance of God's Word. It's a theme that weaves itself into every verse, every sentiment expressed, and every plea made. God's Word in Psalms 119 is portrayed as a treasure, more precious than gold, sweeter than honey. It's a lamp to our feet, a light to our path, guiding us through the uncertainties of life. It's a source of wisdom, teaching us discernment and understanding. It's a wellspring of joy, a constant companion in times of trouble, and a source of hope in times of despair. The psalmist's devotion to God's Word is palpable. He meditates on it, delights in it, and clings to it. His love for God's Word is infectious, stirring us to cultivate a similar passion and reverence. The psalmist also emphasizes the practicality of God's Word. It's not merely a lofty ideal or a theoretical concept. It's meant to be lived out, to be applied in our daily lives. It's meant to shape our thoughts, guide our actions, and influence our decisions. In essence, Psalms 119 is a profound exploration of the multifaceted nature of God's Word. It shines a spotlight on its transformative power, its enduring relevance, and its timeless wisdom. God's Word, as depicted in Psalms 119, is a guiding light, a source of wisdom, and a wellspring of joy. As we journey through this psalm, may we too discover the richness and depth of God's Word and let it illuminate our path. Are you curious about the key teachings of this monumental psalm? Psalms 119, the longest chapter in the Bible, is a treasure trove of wisdom and guidance. Today we will delve into the three main teachings of this beautiful psalm. Firstly, we encounter the significance of obedience to God's Word. The psalmist continually emphasizes the importance of living according to God's commandments. This isn't presented as a burdensome duty, but rather a joyous commitment. As the psalmist declares in verse 11, "I have hidden your word in my heart that I might not sin against you." This obedience is not out of fear, but stems from a heart filled with respect and love for the Creator. Next, we witness the psalmist's profound love for God's laws. It's not about legalism or earning God's favor through good deeds. Instead, it's about cherishing God's laws as a perfect guide for life. The psalmist writes in verse 167, "I obey your statutes, for I love them greatly." This love is born out of a deep understanding that God's laws are for our benefit, guiding us towards a life of righteousness and peace. Finally, we see the comfort and hope that come from the Scriptures. Life is full of trials and tribulations, but Psalms 119 presents God's Word as a source of solace and inspiration. Verse 50 says, "Your promise revives me, it comforts me in all my troubles." The psalmist finds hope in God's promises, using them as a beacon of light in the darkest hours. This is a beautiful reminder for us all that, no matter the circumstances, God's Word can provide comfort and instill hope. Indeed, Psalms 119 shows us that God's Word is transformative, offering hope, comfort, and guidance. Just like a lighthouse guiding ships in a storm, God's Word illuminates our path, helping us navigate through life's challenges. So let's continue to discover and explore the endless wisdom within Psalms 119. So, how can we apply the teachings of Psalms 119 to our daily life? Well, let's start with the cornerstone of Psalms 119, the importance of reading and meditating on the Scriptures. It's like nourishing our minds with a hearty breakfast each morning. The Scriptures feed our spiritual selves, giving us strength and wisdom for the day ahead. So make it a habit to read a verse or two every day. You might be surprised how relevant they can be to your daily experiences. Next, let's talk about striving to obey God's commands. Psalms 119 tells us that happiness comes from following God's laws. It's like a roadmap showing us the best route to take in life. It doesn't mean we won't encounter traffic or detours along the way, but when we have a reliable guide, we're less likely to get lost. So in our daily interactions, let's strive to apply these commands. Being kind, honest, patient, and forgiving are just a few examples of how we can live out these teachings. Finally, finding comfort in the Word during difficult times. Life can sometimes feel like a stormy sea, tossing us around in waves of uncertainty, grief, or stress. During these times, Psalms 119 serves as a lighthouse, guiding us back to the safety of God's love and peace. When you're feeling overwhelmed, take a moment to read and reflect on a verse from Psalms 119. You might find the comfort and courage you need to weather the storm. But remember, this isn't about achieving perfection. It's about progress. Each day is a new opportunity to grow, learn, and become a little more like the person we aspire to be. So let's keep this conversation going. Whether it's over a cup of coffee, a family dinner, or a quiet moment before bed, let's continue to explore and apply the teachings of Psalms 119 in our daily lives. As we see, the teachings of Psalms 119 are not just ancient words, but timeless wisdom for our everyday life. As we wrap up, let's reflect on the key points we've discussed. Psalms 119, with its unique structure and theme, stands out as an extraordinary chapter in the Bible. It's a conversation, a prayer, and a meditation that delves into the deep nuances of faith. We've journeyed through its teachings, understanding the significance of each verse and the profound wisdom it imparts. We've learned that Psalms 119 encourages us to seek God's word as a guiding light in our lives, a beacon in the darkness that leads us toward righteousness. In our daily lives, the application of these teachings can be transformative. The verses of Psalms 119 remind us to remain steadfast in our faith, to seek wisdom in adversity, and to find joy in the divine. In essence, Psalms 119 is more than just a chapter. It's a roadmap for our spiritual journey. May the teachings of Psalms 119 enrich your understanding of the Bible and inspire you in your spiritual journey. Having explored the teachings and reflected on the profound wisdom of Psalms 119, let's now immerse ourselves in its verses. Words that have guided countless generations in their spiritual journey. Words that have been a solace in times of despair, a beacon in the darkest nights, and a source of unending joy. So let's take a moment, clear our thoughts, and prepare to receive the divine wisdom of Psalms 119. Now let's begin reading Psalms 119 in its entirety. That was Psalms 119, a profound chapter from the Bible, a roadmap to a righteous life, a testament of unwavering faith, and a guide to spiritual enlightenment. As you move forward in your journey, let these words echo in your heart, guiding you, inspiring you, and reminding you of the divine light that illuminates your path.